Holy moly. Right, here we go. Here we go again. Right then, this one is a winner. Hello and welcome back to the Blackfoot Book Club again for part 3 of my little mini-series on my self-published book from this year, from last year's FIFA World Cup. I've read days 1 and 3 so far. We're now going to scoot ahead to day 13, to page 100, to Friday, the 2nd of December 2022, and a chapter that I've titled The Indomitable Lions and a World Cup Win for the Ages. Cameroon 1, Brazil 0. In order to qualify from Group G in this final evening of group games before the knockout madness of this World Cup begins in earnest tomorrow, the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon needed a minor miracle, and even an injury time winner against Brazil and the subsequent sending off of their jubilant goal-scoring hero Vincent Aboubakar wasn't enough. Just a few Qatari miles away, Switzerland and Serbia were exchanging goals in a 5-goal thriller that ended with a brilliant team goal being scored by Nottingham Forest and Swiss international midfielder Remo Freuler on 48 minutes, and thus even a dramatic late winning goal against the #1 ranked team in the world wasn't enough for Rigobert Song's brave Cameroonian Lions. Brazil, already qualified and virtually certain of winning Group G, were much changed and captained by their legendary fullback Dani Alves. I may very well be incredibly biased, but I saw a standout opening 20-minute performance from Liverpool's Fabinho, but a rather insignificant second half, and Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli impressed me as he always does. He's only 21 years old, and although he wears the wrong red-coloured jersey in the Premier League, he's a real superstar in the making. Aside from this, I thought the blue-shirted Brazilians were underwhelming and far away from their traditional yellow-shirted excellence. Brazil never seem to be Brazil unless they play in their customary yellow, green and blue. Rigobert Song's Lions were in their pleasingly customary colours, played a little less chaotically than on previous and past World Cup occasions, and thoroughly deserved their win for the ages. Their winning goal, just minutes into injury time, was as pure a footballing goal as you could wish to see. A whipped running cross is met by goalscorer Aboubakar with a header ever so slightly behind him, but with his run taking him slightly to the left and away from goal, he meets the ball just on the downward from its apex and across Ederson in the Brazil goal. The Manchester City goalkeeper could only stand and watch helplessly as this beautiful header nestles perfectly in the corner of his net. Sheer poetry in motion. As was the celebration, and it was oh so beautifully Cameroonian. Ripping his shirt off in exuberant and unrestrained joy, Aboubakar is mobbed by players and substitutes alike. I'm sure I saw Rigobert Song celebrating wildly on the pitch with one of his players. There was still 5 or 6 minutes of injury time left yet. And then our goal-scoring hero shook the referee's hand before being sent off for a yellow card for taking his shirt off. But for a goal or two elsewhere, Cameroon would have qualified. Alas, we have to wait 3.5 years for the next World Cup and our next taste of Cameroonian madness on a footballing field. Earlier in the day, in Group H, there was another injury time goal, and this time the reverberations were felt around the footballing world. With seconds to go, Uruguay, winning 2-0 against Ghana, were through to the knockout stages and a date with Brazil on Monday night. South Korea, needing a win to qualify and drawing 1-1 with Portugal, were defending a corner when a headed clearance fell perfectly to the feet of Tottenham Hotspur's Son Heung-min. Although qualified Portugal were clearly seeking a late winning goal and a perfect 3 wins out of 3 from the group stage as they packed the Korean penalty area for the corner, they were thus wide open to the counter-attack now underway from South Korea's number 7. As 5, maybe 6 retreating white-shirted defenders eventually surrounded the ball carrier, Son played an inch-perfect pass into the running stride of Hyung Hee-chan, and he buried an instant shot into the far corner of the Portuguese net. Cue wildly celebrating substitutes flooding the pitch as they chased their goal-scoring hero. And there we have the end of part 3 of this mini-series as I recount the words that I wrote in my very first self-published book in April of this year, available on Amazon. And I do thank you for watching. There'll be links below for ways to either buy the book or support me in other ways, but I do appreciate you being there. As I stumble and bumble over the end of this video, I leave you in peace and in solidarity, and I do sincerely thank you for watching.